Which EcoBoost actually costs less to own over 5 years? And does the answer match what the lot told you? I have pulled cam phasers out of enough 3.5-liter EcoBoosts to have a strong opinion about this. The 3.5-liter and the 2.7-liter are not two versions of the same purchase. They are two different 5-year financial commitments with different failure profiles, different cost curves, and a repair exposure gap that the window sticker was not designed to show you. I am going to show you the math. What you're paying at purchase. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost commands a $1,500 to $3,000 premium on used F-150 OS over an equivalent trim with the 2.7-liter. On new trucks, the gap runs $1,200 to $2,000 depending on configuration. You are paying for more horsepower, 400 versus 325, and a higher tow rating, 13,200 pounds versus 8,400 pounds in the right configuration. Those are real differences. The question is whether they are differences you will ever actually use. Consumer data consistently shows the average F-150 owner never approaches either engine's tow rating. If you regularly pull equipment trailers above 8,400 pounds, the 3.5-liter is the right call, and the premium is justified. If you are the typical owner, boat, camper, occasional haul, you are paying $2,000 upfront for capability that will sit unused for the life of the truck. That $2,000 is the first number in a math problem that compounds over 5 years. The 3.5 liters documented cost curve. Here's where it gets interesting. The Gen 2 3.5-liter EcoBoost, 2017 through 2020, carries a cam phaser design defect that Ford documented in Customer Satisfaction Program 21N03. The program acknowledged that the cam phaser locking pins wear prematurely, causing the phasers to rattle on cold start and eventually fail. Ford covered replacements up to 70,000 miles under that program. The program expired January 1st, 2023. That expiration date is the moment this engine became a different financial decision for every owner past 70,000 miles. I had an owner bring in a 2019 3.5-liter at 94,000 miles last year. He had maintained it properly, 5,000-mile oil changes, correct spec fluid, the whole routine. The cam phaser rattle had been there for about 40,000 miles, and he had been told at 2 different shops that it was normal. By the time he brought it to me, the chains had started skipping under load. Full timing kit replacement, phasers, chains, tensioners, guides. The bill was $4,700. The warranty program had expired when his truck had 38,000 miles on it. Ford knew these phasers were defective. They covered them to 70,000 miles, then stopped. The average F-150 buyer picks up a used 3.5-liter in the 60,000 to 90,000 mile range, right at the edge of or just past the only protection Ford ever offered for this specific failure. That is not a coincidence. That is just how the used truck market works, and it works that way every time. I have seen this pattern repeat enough times that I can tell you almost exactly what it looks like. The owner buys the truck in the low 70s on the odometer, notices a brief cold start rattle at 80,000 miles, gets told at 2 or 3 service visits that it is normal, because service writers who are not going to charge Ford for a warranty repair have every incentive to call it normal. By 90,000 to 100,000 miles, the rattle is louder. Sometimes an engine code appears, and the estimate that comes back is now a full timing job instead of the solenoid swap that might have handled it at 80,000 miles. I had a 2018 3.5-liter come through at 87,000 miles with P164C codes. The cold start clatter had been present since 72,000. The owner had been reassured twice. Full timing kit, including chains, phasers, tensioners, guides, $5,200. The Consumer Reports major engine problem rate on the Gen 2 3.5-liter, 14% by 150,000 miles, 1 in 7. The repair when it hits, $3,200 to $6,200 depending on how long the owner waited and how much chain damage has accumulated. The turbocharger failure rate separately, 12% in the 90,000 to 130,000 mile range, with single turbo replacement running $2,000 to $3,000 and both turbos at $4,000 to $5,500. The annual repair cost for the 3.5-liter EcoBoost across its ownership population, per independent repair data, $1,234 per year. The 2.7-liter's actual track record. The Gen 2 2.7-liter EcoBoost 2018 onward added port injection alongside direct injection, which solved the carbon buildup problem that plagued the Gen 1. It does not carry a cam phaser program. It does not have the 14% major engine problem rate. Its documented turbocharger failure rate is 8% in the 100,000 to 150,000 mile range, the lowest of any turbocharged engine in the F-150 lineup. And it gets worse for the 3.5-liter comparison. When a 2.7-liter does need a turbo, the single turbo job runs $1,800 to $2,500. Both turbos, $3,500 to $4,500. The same repair on a 3.5-liter runs $2,000 to $3,000 per side because the larger turbos cost more, sit deeper in the engine bay, and take more labor to access. The annual repair cost for the 2.7-liter EcoBoost across its ownership population, $876 per year. But don't stop there, because the maintenance story on the 2.7-liter Gen 2 is cleaner than the annual cost even suggests. The Gen 2 added port injection alongside direct injection in 2018. That means fuel washes the intake valves on every cycle. No carbon buildup, no $800 walnut blasting service, no intake cleaning at 80,000 miles. The Gen 1 2.7-liter from 2015 through 2017 had that problem. The Gen 2 fixed it. If you are buying a 2018 or newer 2.7-liter, you are buying the version after Ford worked out the main serviceability issue on this engine. The 3.5-liter had its cam phaser program expire in 2023. The 2.7-liter Gen 2 has no equivalent program, because the equivalent failure has not materialized at the same rate. That $358 annual difference is the quiet number, modest in isolation. Over 5 years, it is $1,790. The 5-year math. Stay with me, because this is the number the lot is never going to run for you. This is where most people get it completely wrong. They compare the engines on performance specs and stop there. Run the full 5-year number. Purchase premium for the 3.5-liter, $2,000 conservatively. Annual repair cost gap, $358 per year or $1,790 over 5 years. Cam phaser probability at 14% over the ownership window, with an average repair cost of roughly $4,700. Expected additional cost of $658 applied across the ownership population. Fuel. The 2.7-liter returns approximately 2 miles per gallon better combined in real use. At 15,000 miles annually and $3.50 per gallon, that is about $150 per year, or $750 over 5 years. Total 5-year ownership premium for the 3.5-liter over the 2.7-liter, approximately $5,200. That is the number the lot does not show you. $5,200 over 5 years, $1,040 per year, for an engine that makes 75 more horsepower and tows 4,800 more pounds than most owners will ever need. The 3.5-liter is a genuinely capable engine when it is maintained and when it is used for what it was built for. I am not saying it is a bad engine. I am saying the cost delta over 5 years is $5,200, and the only time that premium earns itself back is when you are regularly running loads above 8,400 pounds. If that is your truck, construction, heavy equipment, large fifth wheel, buy the 3.5-liter and maintain it aggressively. If that is not your truck, you are paying $5,200 over 5 years for capability you will never deploy. The 2.7-liter Gen 2 is the most reliable turbocharged engine Ford currently puts in the F-150. The repair data says so. The failure rate says so. The annual cost says so. And unlike the 3.5-liter, it does not have a ticking clock built into its cam phaser system that Ford covered to 70,000 miles and then left you with. Buy what your actual use case requires. Know what that use case costs over 5 years before you decide. That is the math the lot hid.